Question. Do you ever ask yourself, why don't I get what I want? Now, like, I don't mean winning the lottery, but like a little goal, like the date with that guy, the date with that girl, the last 5 pounds, the new job. You guys have anything like that? Chris, what do you got?
I want to get into graduate school, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
All right. Okay. Julie.
The date that I want.
The date that you want, Dave.
I want to make $1 million.
Okay. All right. We've all got our goals. According to the University of California psychology team, here's the reason why you don't get that. You don't get that because up here and here, in your subconscious mind and in your heart, you don't really believe you're going to get it, so you don't try. So really, you give up before you even start. You don't give yourself a chance. And you know, you might be thinking, what the heck do you know, Maggie? What do you know about what I do? But you know what? I do know. I know because I did that behavior. I did it over and over and over. I did that same self-defeating, limiting stuff until someone set me straight. And now I don't do that anymore. And I am much closer to exactly what I want. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to do 2 things. First, I'm going to tell you a story where I did all that behavior until someone intervened and set me straight. And then I'm going to share 3 steps so that you too can get what you want. Chris, you can go to graduate school. Julie, you can get that hot date. Dave, you can make $1 million. I believe you can do that right now, actually. But, and you know what? You don't have to go see a psychotherapist. You don't have to go on prescription medication. You don't even have to give me any money. It's very simple. It's 3 letters. I call it the gig. Get the goal, get the gig. So, first the story. So, Neven, you ever done online dating?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Good. You like it? No. No, we don't. No, we don't. I don't. I've done it for years and years and years, as David has mentioned in Table Topics, and it never went well. And I call it my second job. My first job was sales, so I would call and travel and do whatever, and then I'd meet someone for coffee or a drink at night. And generally I found a guy with no wallet, always no money, no personality, no manners, but always a lot of attitude. So I know, John, that's a gross, yeah, that, no. But I never saw you on the site, man. I never saw you on the site. It was a gross generalization, but true. So they would say things like, ooh, you'd be prettier with makeup. I had makeup on, okay? I had makeup on. Or, you know what? You look so much older than your picture. You should really post a current photo. I was like, that picture was taken last week. and then there was one of, you know, well, I still have a little PTSD, but I think I can talk about it. There was this coffee date with a gentleman who marketed himself as a personal trainer, and based upon his appearance and stature, the only personal training I would think would be competitive eating, because he was about my height, 5'4", a bald gentleman, and was between 260, 270 conservatively. And we were meeting at Starbucks, and he looked me up and down, again, which I like a lot, and he's like, hey, baby girl, you like what you see, don't you? And at that moment, I said, no, sir, I do not, and I will take my latte to go. And that was the end of that date. So after all those many bad experiences, I was finally asked out on a date by a quality man. And at that point, I was tired, and I said, probably not, but I'll let you know. And I called my aunt that night, and I said, Aunt Ruth, you've had a lot of dates, and you've had 2 good marriages. Some guy asked me, I don't want to go. Why would I even bother? They never work out for me. Dates never work. And she said, Maggie, your past does not equal your future. Focus on what you want, and more often than not, you will find it. Do your hair, you get dressed, you go on that date. So I did. And to make a long story longer, the date went so well that we had been married for 5 years. And had I done what I had always done, assuming my past equals my future, expect all the crappiness that I had had before, the best case scenario, I would have worn my pajamas and not showered. The worst case scenario, and by far the most likely, I would not have gone. So, the point of my story is, expectations affect everything. You must believe that something as good is going to happen, so you take that action. I learned that from my aunt, and also the University of California has proved that. So how do you do that simply in your own life? Not that hard. If you can, suspend disbelief on a Saturday night. Just go with me. Close your eyes for a minute. I'm not going to leave you here all night. I'll do it too. Okay, close your eyes. Think of a goal. A goal of an event. It doesn't have to be the next election. It could be a dinner. It could be a business meeting. It could be a date. It could be a family function. How do you feel about it? And if you get nervous, you can start to open your eyes now. It's okay. If you feel good about it, fine. There's nothing to change. That's G. That's the first letter. That's the goal. Here's the second letter, I, imagine. If you don't have good feelings, if you feel sort of dread, nervousness, anxiety, imagine what the event would be like if it went the way you wanted it to. What would that look like? Would it be a great date? Would it be a great job interview? Would you get that $1 million job with the $500,000 signing bonus? That's the second letter, I. Last letter, get, or G, get into action. In order to make that happen, that beautiful image, whatever that is, what do you need to do? And I'm not talking about a full spreadsheet of action items. I'm talking about, like, you know, do you need to prep for it? Do you need to invite someone else? What small steps can you take? Each good action brings you that much closer to a better outcome. It's really simple. But some of you are looking at me like, that's not going to work for me. It is, though. It is. The University of California did a study with 5,000 people. And they studied how changing expectations impacts how people behave. They showed vast improvements. They showed new companies being born, old jobs left, marriages that were saved, families that were repaired. It's simple. If you want to get what you want, if you want the graduate school and the hot date and the $1 million job, if that's what you want, if that's what you say you want, get the gig. Focus on the goal, imagine what it would look like if you got it, and then get into action. Important things to remember here: your past does not limit your future, your expectations limit your future. If you give yourself the opportunity to focus on what you really want, you give yourself the chance to live the life of your dreams. Get the gig. Mr. Toastmaster.